once was. He still caused you to stay up at night figuring out ways to try and stop him. Okay. And every once in a while you see teams like, okay, you know what? He's not the same Gronk, and they would try and sneak a linebacker on him one-on-one, or they try and sneak a safety on him one-on-one. And just when you least expect it, Tom Brady said, y'all think y'all slick, but I got something for you. And he would find him, and he's a monster to bring down. So now you get in situations where, like as you mentioned, you have Edelman. You have maybe Hogan if he comes back. Dorsett doesn't strike a whole lot of fear. No. So I can see James White catching 100 passes. I can see Rex Burkhead having another 40, 50 passes.
I agree.
Whatever it's going to take for this offense to evolve, whatever it's going to take for them to win a game, Coach Belichick, Josh McDaniel, the offensive coordinator, that's what they're going to do. Tom Brady's not going to until wake me up when I get breaking news, Tom Brady's retired. Bill Belichick.
So you've finally seen the light.
No. No, I'm saying no. That's when I'm going to be worried about the New England Patriots. Because as long as those two are still there,
okay,
I'm not worried.
Still seems like Brady, Belichick's trying to handicap Brady here.
So what are you supposed to do? Talk Gronk out of retirement? Gronk wanted to retire, Skip.
Got to go get somebody. You got to make a splash. You got to go get Jared. Make sure you got Jared Cook, unless he got blindsided too late in the pursuit of Jared Cook.
Remember, we had a conversation, Skip, about Gronk, and you and I both thought he would not return. But the thing that I told him is that you take plenty of time to make this decision. You never make these type of decisions in an emotional state, whether you win or you lose. Now, he's further enough removed. He's 6-7 weeks removed from that high of winning the Super Bowl. He's had ample time to decide, you know what, guys, this is what I truly, truly want to do. And knowing I don't want to put my body through, it gets harder as you get older to put your body in a situation where you can go perform. And then with no assurances, guess what? Week 1, I done nicked my ankle again. My back starting to act up again. My forearm, my elbow. So Gronk says, you know what, guys? What else? What else could Gronk do that's going to change perception of who and what he is? I believe he's the most dominant tight end to ever play that position. There's no question about that. We're going to talk about his greatness a little later. But there's no question in his mind. There's never been a tight end that possessed all the tools that he had. Guy that could run, that could catch, that could block, great in the red zone, great run after the catch. Yeah, there's no question in my mind he's the most dominant guy to play that position.
And as Brady posted yesterday, to Gronk, your fun-loving, inspiring, and positive energy made an impact on everybody you came into contact with. That's maybe what they'll miss even more than his on-the-field production, just his spirit, his spark, right?
Yeah.
In fact, we got Gronk and you don't, even if it's not until the playoffs that you got Gronk. But when you got Gronk, you got Gronk.
Yeah, and in a situation like that, Skip, sometimes you need a guy that can lift everybody's spirit, that's going to say something, that's going to do something to make everybody laugh. Because up there, we know it's Gattaca. You go in there and everybody looks alike, they walk alike, they talk alike, they do everything alike. You need someone that would break the ice.
We're the only two people who remember that movie. Is that possible?
It might be, Skip.
I don't know. You're talking about the movie Gattaca.
I'm talking about the movie Gattaca.
I liked it a lot, but it was creepy, scary.
And everybody looked the same.
They did.
The same.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, Skip. It was kind of like, I remember when I was in Denver, I was the guy that kept everybody loose to make everybody laugh. Be it in the locker room, we're stretching, because it was serious. Because Mike was about winning. And not a whole lot of bull jive, but there were ways to, to get around that.
In the same way that you helped lighten up Mike Shanahan,
yes,
I believe Rob Gronkowski helped lighten and temper a little bit of Belichick.
I totally agree.
Just a little bit, where it made him more palatable to the rest of the team. It just brought out a little bit of the playful side, because he couldn't help but give in to this.
Because I'm sure he's probably looking at Gronk with the look on his face that he always has, but he's chuckling inside like, I can't believe him. This dude here is something.
Yeah, but there were points when I'm sure Belichick said, I've got to discipline him, I've got to reprimand, but he was so good, there comes a point when you just say, I got to give in to this. Because he keeps backing it up on the field, right?
Skip, he was dominant. I mean, I don't know if we'll ever see, 6'6.5", 270 pounds that could run like he could. I mean, and in the red zone, what are you going to do? There's no 6'6" DBs. LeBron James is not playing basketball. Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis is not playing basketball. Those are the only guys that you can put out there that could possibly win a jump ball with him.
Okay, so we are going to get more deeply in just how great Gronk was. Was he the GOAT? Because Brady also replied to his IG with, "You're the GOAT," right? Yeah. So it's GOAT calling GOAT.
I won't go on that. We're going to talk about that later now.
Okay.
Stop.
But I got to do this just for the purpose of this discussion.
Yes.
Let's look at Shannon Sharpe's Hall of Fame career versus Rob Gronkowski's soon-to-be Hall of Fame career. So he managed to play in 9 years only 115 games. You played 204 in 14 years, okay? So you played 89 more games than he did.
Yes.
He had 79 touchdowns to your 62, but he played 89 fewer games. Well, that's productivity, man, right?
He could score the ball. He could score the ball, Skip. There's only a handful of tight ends could score like him. Antonio Gates and Tony Gonzalez. They could score the ball like Gronk could score the ball like an actual wide receiver could.
So regular season, Gronk averaged 68 receiving yards a game. Shannon Sharpe 62, 68, 6 ballpark. But again, he played so many fewer games. But at 68, his yards are just going to pile up over time. Now let's look at the playoffs. So Gronk played 16 playoff games to Shannon Sharpe's 18, so ballpark, pretty close, right? He caught 12 touchdown passes in those 16 games to your 4.
Damn.
And you were big play Shay, right?
Yeah.
But this is the biggest play, 18-4. Wait, did I say 18? Yeah, I'm sorry, it's 18. 18-4.
Yeah.
Okay, so he caught 73 balls in the playoffs to your 45. 16 games to 18 games, okay? So Rob Gronkowski with 18 touchdowns is second only to Jerry Rice's 22 touchdowns. 20 in the postseason.
And Jerry played a lot of games, a lot of playoff games,
I don't know exactly how many he played, but it's probably way more than that, I would think.
Yeah.
So the point is, highly productive in a short time frame, right?
Yes.
And you're a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
That just shows you where he was.
And the thing is, sometimes we get caught up, Skip, where he played 7 years. My question is, and I've always asked this of the voters, was he great? Greatness is not 20 years or 35 years. In the amount of time that he played, Rob Gronkowski was great from the day he walked on the field until he says, "I'm done." He was a great football player. And sometimes it's the Hall of Greatness, not the Hall of Longevity. And sometimes...
Or the Hall of Very Good. I always say.
And sometimes, Skip, we get caught up, well, he did play 15 years or he did play 18 years. Okay.
Interesting.
How many of those years were great? How many years did you look at the tape and watch Rob Gronkowski and says, nah, he okay? I don't ever remember saying Rob Gronkowski was just okay. Even this year, he had spells to let you know what he could be if he was healthy. And even though he wasn't healthy, career cut short, 9 years. That dude was phenomenal.
He was. But I can take this to my bank that Tom Brady did come back from 28-3 down against the Atlanta Falcons without Rob Gronkowski. Okay. He won in overtime against Atlanta without Rob Gronkowski. How did he do that? Because he's the GOAT of GOATs, right?
Well, and that's what happens, Skip. If you're fortunate, you know, sometimes you're fortunate, and Gronk was fortunate. He played his entire 9-year career with Tom Brady. 78 of his 79 touchdowns came from Brady.
That's correct.
A lot of guys, and so every once in a while, you get a situation like a Jerry Rice, who played so many years with Joe and another 4 or 5 years with Steve Young. But for the most part, you don't get to finish your career with a Hall of Fame quarterback. You have to move on.
That is correct.
And Gronk had that luxury. But don't take anything away from Gronk now. Gronk helped Tom Brady too, Skip. He did.
Helped him a lot. In fact, I saw a stat. I think Brady's QBR was 16 points lower without Gronk.
Wow.
Okay, so that's significant.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how you be the GOAT if your QBR drops. When one little old guy, little old Gronk. Remember, you won the Super Bowl without old Gronk.
Well, that's all you need to know.
Yeah, I do.
Period. End of story. GOAT. GOAT.
I need
the real GOAT. The all-time GOAT.
I need to know why his QBR dropped so significantly. Now, if you'd have said, like, 3 or 4. I was like, oh, that ain't nothing, Skip. But you said 16.
So you think Tom Brady's in big trouble next year?
See,
well, that's where you're going with this.
I ain't going nowhere. I'm
yes,
going.
You are.
As a matter of fact, after this, I'm going home. Oh. That's where I'm going. I'm not going anywhere. I know what you're trying. I know what you're
going to Brady collapses next year. Right?
No. I already told you.
The line?
I already told you this is last year. 20 years.
Is last year?
Yeah, last
Boy,
one.
He's going to make you eat that.
Last year. Last one. Last hurrah.
Yep.
One last dance.
Really?
Yep.
Huh. I'm looking at 3 last dances.
No, it ain't happening. No chance. Zero chance.
Yeah. One thing you got to learn, and you still haven't learned about what we do here, never bet against number 12 in Foxborough. When you get that through your skull, then you'll get it.
I'm betting with Father Time.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
I got 200 grand on Father Time.
Do you?
Yeah, that what Vegas say too.
Huh. I got the $1 billion you owe me on Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boy.
Double or nothing.
Yeah.
Last one.
That bet.
Okay.
Oh, Gronk.
Either way, they had a special
old
relationship, though.
We are going to miss him.
We will.
And he did go out just right.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, he had the only, if you really think about it, Skip, he had the only significant play in Super Bowl 53.
He did.
He really did.
I mean, you can't remember any other play other than that long catch.
Nope. I can't.
We're going to be seeing a lot more of him, whether that's Hollywood or whatever's next. This isn't the end of what we're going to see from Gronk. Maybe you can ask LeBron for some advice about Hollywood.
No, we don't give advice.
Maybe that would be a good idea. No?
Oh, Bron.
He's busy.
You see him
too.
last night, Skip?
He's busy. We're going to talk about LeBron. We are going to mention him in a bit.
Sacramento.
Don't do that, Skip.
But we also need to talk about Duke. Is Skip still feeling good about his Duke title prediction after that performance? We'll discuss next. Don't forget, you can check us out every day on the Fox Sports channel on SiriusXM. We'll be right back.